What's up, you guys? Matt here with Texas Edge Home Inspections. Today, I'm looking at a property from the year 1980. I've already walked the exterior of the structure, and I've seen several defects that indicate to me that we might be dealing with some foundation problems. Now, just the defects I found on the outside alone are enough that I feel like I can recommend that they get a professional engineer look at the structure to determine what kind of foundation problems we are dealing with. However, I'm going to take it a step further, look for some stuff on the inside, as well as get my zip level and see what kind of readings I get whenever I take the levelness of the foundation. So I'm going to go get after it. You guys come along with me. You guys, the first thing I noticed is when I came up on this side of the structure, we had some deflection cracks. You can see that they filled them in, but you can see a pretty heavy crack going on right here. And then when I move a little bit further down, let me flip the camera around. You can see that the cracking kind of continues. It's here and here. You can see how big it is when I stick my screwdriver in there. It's just about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit less right here. Also, if you look real closely right here, you can see some exposed rebar and some hairline cracking. Come check it out. Here's your exposed rebar, and you can see some hairline cracking going on. Also on this side of the structure, where this large crack is, I pushed on the wall in this area, and I don't know if you can pick this up, but the wall is actually loose, the whole wall. Seemingly, this whole section of brick is loose and has come separated from the wall a little bit, from the inside of the wall. Now, these kind of trends continue: exposed rebar, hairline cracking, other areas of cracking on the outside of the structure, but it wasn't until I got to the left side of the structure that this stuff became a little bit more profound. So check it out. Okay, so you can see a lot more heavy cracking going on right through here. Now, this structure has all new windows. So a lot of the defects you would find in terms of foundation might be around some window areas, but these have all new windows, so it's a little bit more difficult. But still, if you go in, you can see we got a loose brick here, and then we have a separation going on here. We have an expansion joint. It's much wider at the bottom than it is at the top. And of course, it's missing all kinds of sealant. We have some separation going on right here too. It's actually more narrow at the bottom than it is at the top. And then if you look down here, we have some serious exposed rebar action going on. So this is just spalled completely. The concrete has fallen off and all of this rebar is exposed down a lot of the side of this foundation. And just to continue, I wanted to show you that we had some more heavy cracking going on just down the way a little bit from where we found that just now. So one thing that I always like to do whenever I see this type of cracking or when I suspect foundation issues is I try to look down the brick line and see if I can see any deviations. They should be level and straight. That line of mortar should be level and straight all the way down the wall. I'm going to take a look. I'm going to see if you can see it on the camera. Let's check it out. So this is what I'm looking at, is this mortar line. And as I follow it down, it looks like right about where we had that cracking, you can see right here, it starts to dip down. As I stated before, these are all signs that we could have some foundation problems. I'm gonna move it on inside and see what other defects I can find. So come check it out with me. Okay, so continuing my investigation on the interior of the house, and I'll put up some pictures here, I saw some cracks that remind me of the types of cracking I see when there's been some structural movement. However, most of it appeared to be old, previously repaired. It wasn't anything too terribly alarming. So then, of course, like I stated, I'm gonna get out my zip level and go around the property. So let me get that done. So I take my zip level and I put it in the relative center of the house and I set it to 0. That's going to be our benchmark. And what we're looking for is we want to measure the perimeter of the structure, and anything that is beyond about 1.5 inches could be a potential issue. So I went and took some measurements. I'll put them up here. And as you can see, really, I wasn't getting any alarming numbers. Everything seemed relatively in line with where it should be, relatively flat. So this led me to believe that maybe we're dealing with the fact that this house has had some foundation repairs. So I called the buyer's agent and I had them do some research. Turns out in recent years, there have been some foundation repairs. Now this is good news, and it's good news for us to dig this up because they're going to want to investigate and see if they can come up with paperwork for the new buyer, because these foundation repairs usually come with a lifetime transferable warranty. And that way this new buyer can be protected if they have any issues in the future. Okay, so As you can tell today, even though a foundation may look as though it's not performing, and this one may have not been performing at one time, some repairs have been made and today it actually is performing. So it's good that we went that extra mile to determine what exactly was going on here. Okay guys, Matt with Texas Edge Home Inspections. I'm gonna wrap up this home inspection. I'm gonna wrap up this video. Give me a call so I can inspect you your next house. Bye. Hey you guys, thanks for watching. Please feel free to like and share, and if you'd like to see more of my videos, head on over to YouTube and hit subscribe.